1953, with a few dollars this man borrowed from his parents, he started a magazine called Playboy. His lifestyle, his philosophy, and his business are often the targets of controversy, but fascinating nonetheless. He is also the man that has kept the pajama industry in business. Please welcome Hugh Hefner. Hugh, good to see you. Thank you for being here, sir. How you doing?
Very well.
Thank you for your time. Now, explain to me about the pajamas. Do you actually still wear pajamas out in public? Do you wear them at all?
Well, I wear them most of the time, but not when I'm doing.
Now, why do you wear them
shows.
most of the time?
They're very comfortable. I think I got in the habit of working at home and wearing pajamas, and it really wasn't a contemplated promotional thing. It was just very comfortable, and you
actually still enjoy them.
Yes.
But after a while, doesn't it have kind of a debilitating psychological effect on you, like you've had the flu all your life or something? That's
not really the connotation that I get from them at all.
It's a very pleasant experience for you.
Yes. They're comfortable.
You mentioned your home, and certainly one of the things in Southern California that people are always talking about. You see it on television all the time. You see it, you hear about it and read about it in newspapers and so forth. You see it in the magazine. Is your home? Tell me about the mansion. Now, who lives there? Is it a lot of folks? Is it you? Do you actually live there?
I live there, yes.
How big is it? How many rooms are we talking about?
Well, it's not an unusually a large home. It has about 5.5 acres. It's in Holmby Hills, which is adjacent to Beverly Hills. And it is about a block from Sunset Boulevard, but it seems very much like an English estate.
Yeah.
And it's
now, who's there with you?
Well, it depends on the occasion.
All right. Now, so when you left there this afternoon, who was there?
Well, a number of friends were sunbathing around the pool.
Mm-hmm. Male and female.
Male and female. And they, as a matter of fact, came out into the area in front of the house with a flower lathe to lay on me because they knew I was coming out to do the show.
To wish you good luck. They presented you with the flowers.
Everybody's rather excited about your being here.
Well, we're very excited about it.
I would like to get it on the record that I don't do these kind of shows very often, and I'm here because I'm a fan.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Whatever that is.
Now, let's go back to the mansion for a second.
Right now?
No, not right now. But you have a lot of parties there, don't you?
Yes.
Now, who gets invited to the parties?
Friends.
Now, do you ever have any trouble somebody getting rowdy?
Well, occasionally, but not often.
And what do you do with them?
Well, we calm them down, and if they get too rowdy, we escort them out.
Yeah. And are they ever invited back?
It depends on how rowdy they are.
Yeah. And how rowdy is the rowdiest behavior you've witnessed?
I don't know. That would be a little difficult to answer. Sometimes we catch them coming over the fence.
Oh, they're sneaking into that situation, and then of course they're taken out back and
we help them. We help them back over the fence.
Can you give us a name of somebody who tends to be more trouble than somebody else?
No.
What about?
I don't tend to keep that list.
Now, you always hear James Caan spends a lot of time there.
Jim Caan is
he's got to be trouble, right?
No.
Wilt Chamberlain is there a lot, isn't he?
Wilt is there a lot.
And is he an easygoing guy?
He is very easygoing.
Yeah.
Now, Jim Brown is there a lot, and he's very easygoing.
Who is?
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. Well, he has some trouble on and off.
Well, you see, that's one of the things that happens. One of the very nice things that happens at the mansion is that everybody kind of mellows out. It really is. It has developed a reputation as being kind of a Shangri-La, a sort of escape from the jungle that's out there.
Yeah.
And people are, by and large, on their best behavior when they're at the mansion.
Now, is it just unbelievable wild sex all night long?
No,
but that's what people think it is. That's what I think it is. That's what...
We take time off from the wild sex to watch your show.
Stop it. But is it, in my wildest imagination, would it be the reality be more or less than what I think it is?
That depends on your imagination.
Well, you know, my image of the place is you go in the door and you have to watch where you step because there's people everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not like that.
It's not like that.
No. It's very selective.
Yeah, okay. Are there women there all the time?
Well, I have a full-time girlfriend and a relationship that I've been in, a very happy one for about the last...
How old is your girlfriend?
21.
And how old are you?
I am 59.
Yeah. Have you ever gone out with a 59-year-old woman?
No. My mother.
Now, see, a lot of people think that you, a man nearly 60, and you look terrific for a guy 60, but you know, would you ever consider...
There may be a causal connection.
But
here.
Would you ever go... Well, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Look into that, and I guess you have.
Yeah.
But what about somebody 50? Would you go out with a woman 50?
Well, probably not romantically, but...
Really? You don't think so?
Well, I mean, it is conceivable.
All right.
Anything is conceivable.
How many women have you dated in your adult life, do you suppose?
I don't know. I have been in... I am a very romantic fellow, so I tend to get involved in rather serious relationships that tend to
They last 2-3 years or something like that?
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, 5, 6, 8.
Now, what's the oldest woman you've gone out with?
In terms of age?
Yeah.
Romantically?
Well,
Don't know.
I don't know what romantic age means. What do you...
Well, I mean, you're talking about somebody that I've gone out with
how
romantically. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't, among other things, I don't tend to go out a whole lot.
No, and of course you're right there. And,
that's right.
Right there in the middle of it. You're knee-deep in it over there. Now, I'm just being silly, but, you know, I think a lot of women might be offended that a guy, a wealthy man who has shaped the morals and the mores of this society, would not find himself going out with a woman closer to his own age.
I would like to suggest that there are lots of limitations that our society places on romantic relationships that don't make a lot of sense, and age is one of them.
Yeah.
Whether it's an older man with a younger woman or vice versa. Yeah. I don't think that age makes a lot of difference.
But it's really hard to imagine you going out with an older woman.
Well, I guess that's why I date younger women. I don't know.
I think I've made way too much of this. What are we doing? We have to do a commercial, and we'll come back and be less silly if that's possible. Let's talk about the magazine you borrowed. How much from your folks to start the magazine?
I borrowed $600 of my own money, and about $6,000 from various friends and relatives,
and some
including
from
my
your
mother.
folks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did they know the kind of magazine you were going to publish?
Vaguely.
Yeah. And
quite literally. My folks are strong Protestants, and they had mixed emotions when I began.
Yeah. And how mixed were the emotions? Was it?
Well, they were supportive of their son, who believed in what he was doing, and as they began to understand what it was I was trying to do, and as the magazine became more successful, then they became very supportive.
Yeah. Tell me about the first woman to appear nude in here.
Well, the very first Playmate, but in the very beginning, for the first year, the Playmates were calendar pictures. The very first one was Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. And there was, but wasn't there also one of your employees working?
In the second year, our subscription fulfillment, our lady in charge of subscription fulfillment was named Janet Pilgrim, and she agreed in return for a piece of subscription fulfillment equipment to pose in the magazine. And that was quite literally...
Wait a minute.
That was the beginning of the girl next door notion of...
You approached this woman, where was this, back in Chicago?
Yes.
And probably a very nice woman from a nice Midwestern upbringing.
Yes.
You said, you take off your clothes, we'll give you a mimeograph machine or something like that?
In effect.
A a postage meter or something
Yes.
like that?
Well, she believed in the magazine. She was supportive of what we're trying to do.
Do you stay in touch? Is this woman still with the company now?
The woman is no longer with the magazine, but remains a very close friend.
You stay in touch?
She's been married and for some years and has a couple of grown children.
It must be exciting for her to know that she was part of the beginning of this. Huh?
Yes, she is.
And you still select the play?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, how do you do that? What's the process there?
Well, the first stage is to go through the photo department. They do test photographs.
I'll do a little of that right now, Hugh, while you're...
We have people like you out there all over the country looking for beautiful women.
Do you take unsolicited photographs?
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah. So anybody who's shooting pictures can send them to your company?
Yes.
And then you look through them?
Well, the photo department looks through them initially, then test photos are shot. Then in a photo meeting, I go through the best of what the photo department has selected.
Do you meet the women?
In some instances, not all instances.
Have you met this one? Who is this? This is somebody, La Vasquez.
Yes, because she was shot out here on the West Coast.
What's her first name? I don't want to make. I can't read her handwriting. Denon Renee Vasquez, whatever. Do you know what her likes and dislikes are and her turn-ons and turn-offs?
I don't remember her likes and dislikes.
Well, all right, Hugh. Let's update you on her.
All right.
She's how old is she? She's not 34. No, that's something else. I can't make heads or tails out of this. I know it's a poor choice of words, but stop it. I'll clear the hall. Wait a minute. Her turn-ons: shopping, candles, honesty, double baths, strawberries, and champagne. Her turn-offs: smoking, cood people. I don't know what the cood people are. Oh, rude people. Rude people. Paying bills, cheapies. Getting up early, judgmental people, and huzzy-agoos. What the hell is that?
Huzzy-agoos?
No, that's a busy airport. So.
Oh, okay.
Handwriting is terrible. We gotta do another commercial. We'll be back with Hugh Hefner. Get her name right. She's a lovely woman. Her name is Devon D. Vasquez, and she's from New Orleans. Here she is on the streets of New Orleans. There she is in a restaurant. Here she is standing up nude in a rowboat. Hugh, nice meeting you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry we ran out of time for Carol Pratt. He was going to show us sound effects. We'll have him back at the earliest opportunity. We'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Thank you very much. Thanks, Hugh. Very nice. Pleasure meeting you.
Dave, wake up.
Oh.
I think you dozed off there for a
Boy,
minute.
oh boy, it seemed so real. Although I guess it was only a dream. Or was it?